Thank you very much, Trouble. Great draw show and great interviews on the day. Welcome to the LEC post-game lobby, where I'm joined by Vedius and Guldborg, as I have been throughout the entire day. You sure you didn't want to say that, Vedi? As
no,
the
you
host,
did a fantastic job.
Did I? Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's been a long day, Medic.
It has been a bit of a trek. SK shortening the day for us a little bit at the end. Before we get into the groups, though, I do want to talk a little bit about the final standings in the regular season, and then a brief note on championship points. So if we could get the regular season standings up, obviously we do lose the bottom two teams as we go into the group stage in a couple of weeks' time, and those two teams are Astralis and Vitality.
So, I think the most important thing we need to think about is the Euphoria tier list.
Oh, yes.
As we look at the standings. S tier didn't work out.
Yeah, true.
A tier was okay with G2, and then Mad not so much. Really, when you kind of look at the whole tier, it's kind of fell apart completely.
But I mean, if you turn it upside down just a little bit, hold up. D tier,
massive surprise. I even saw Dwamne backstage, and he was like, "Yeah, third. Honestly, wasn't expecting that, but I will take it."
Limit replied to a tweet as well. There was like, "XL have locked third." He's like, "What?" So I think we're all a little bit shocked by that one. But
top 3 team, 10th, 3rd, quite the trajectory. Comfortably making playoffs, a rare occurrence for XL, I will say, but congratulations to them. Heretics, of course, while they did end up falling short to G2 in what was one of our longest games of the split so far, they're able to lock in 4th as well. And the craziest thing about this is Fnatic, Heretics, and XL were all bottom for championship points. And now they're in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, respectively.
Obviously, those positions don't matter in terms of championship points, right? It's where you end at the end of playoffs with the championship points, but they do have a very good chance to make it into our season finals if they can continue the run of form they're on at the moment. But that's the big question. Whenever we move into groups, things change up a little bit. I also, before we do talk about the groups, I want to talk a little bit about Astralis, because you may have heard they have been eliminated not only from the regular season, as we see here, but also from the season finals, because they aren't able to get enough championship points to make it into our top 6 at the end of the year.
And it's crazy, because it did look like in spring that they finally got that winning formula, with Leader coming into the team, with the team really gelling and getting together, even trying to make a deep run in the group stages. Unfortunately, couldn't make it all the way, but you still had the hope that coming into the summer season, they were going to be able to build on that. The meta had changes, but a lot of the champions were still the same. But unfortunately for Astralis, they just couldn't keep the ball rolling, and they were close here today. If they had beaten out Koi, they would have made it. If SK lost now, we wouldn't even be sitting here. We'd be getting ready for a tiebreaker instead. So close race for, well, the top 8.
It's just been a very challenging split for everyone in the LEC. Like, the reality is that the league is not at its strongest. The best of one format can be volatile, but I think this is probably one of the most volatile seasons we've seen for a while. Even when you look back to spring and winter, it was quite clear who the top 4 were. But even now, we see some shaky performances from Heretics, some shaky from XL. But you saw it 5-4 and 4-5 were the scores across the board. And unfortunately for Astralis, that one extra game that they needed, they just couldn't quite get. So huge commiserations to them. Of course, this will end their year. And I hope that we get to see the players next year, because there's clearly a lot of potential and talent. There's a lot of highlights for each of the players on that roster. So huge shout outs to Astralis as we say goodbye.
Yeah, but moving on, as we do have to do, let's talk a little bit about these groups. You can see Group A with G2, Heretics, Vedius, and Koi. Group B with Fnatic, SK, XL, and Mad Lions. 2 pretty stacked groups overall. I think if I were to be in one of those groups and want to pick, I'd probably go Group B if I had my pick of the litter as to who I wanted to face. I think Mad Lions on a downturn at the moment, SK Gaming as well, as we are joined by Razork and Broken Blade. Come join us, gentlemen.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming to join us. I know it's a late night, obviously, but we do have to find out which teams you, both G2 and Fnatic, are picking.
Yeah, I've chosen, right?
Yeah, I assume you've chosen. Or are you just going to make it up on the fly?
I think we've chosen. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, should we start off with you? We'll start off with the first seeds. G2, who have you elected from your group to play in the first round of the group stage?
We have selected number 8 seed, Koi.
Koi?
Chosen Koi.
Okay.
I think so.
If you haven't, this would be
It's locked now. It's done.
I think we have. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about...
well, we can explore that. I want to also know.
You want to know
Razork.
Fnatic
Yeah,
first?
yeah,
I was going to go explore first.
No, Razork first.
Okay, well, okay, Mr. Host.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought that was my job.
The chair
today.
is ours now.
Razork, do you want to tell us who Fnatic
I
have chosen?
think we chose Excel.
Okay.
I mean, we just lost against SK, you know. So pretty obvious reasons.
Wait, how have you chosen Excel? They were third place.
They were third.
I don't know. My team told me Excel or SK, and that's all I know. I don't know if we can choose Excel.
I'm going to get clarification from our league ops, but I don't think you can pick Excel.
Then I don't know who are we choosing.
Okay. What? It's a fitting end to my stint as a host.
I really don't know, actually.
I really don't
If
know.
one of our league ops team can just ping me in my ear to tell me if that is a valid choice. For now, we'll talk about G2's choice. And
Are
maybe
you confident, just to clarify?
You're confident in the Koi pick?
I'm very sure I heard my manager say we're choosing Koi. I was not part of the discussion, but I'm confident. I'm confident in their, decision.
I'm going to quickly interrupt. Razork, do you mind going and talking to your team again? Because you cannot pick Excel. It's apparently not allowed, and I would prefer that you hear from your team directly who you're going to pick, rather than me hearing.
I can go and ask.
If you don't mind for us, Razork,
Yeah,
I can
don't mind.
understand being a bit flustered after a loss.
It's fine.
More space for me, right?
I never expected this to be the outcome here.
I'm trying to hold it together, but
Can you pass me that water, man?
Yeah.
Are you through it?
I threw it away.
I'm like, I need
Okay,
a drink after
talk
this.
to us a little bit about why you decided to pick Koi, BB.
I mean, as I said, right, I was not part of the discussion, so I can't really tell you why. I believe because they're probably the 8th seed and we're the 1st seed.
Yeah.
It's the furthest away, right? And I think Team BDS and Heretics are actually. I'm very. How do you say? I think Heretics is actually very strong. They actually have very strong players, very key moments. In the games they do very well, I think. And BDS has I think clutch players.
Yeah.
Like Adam, when he has his picks, he can really be surprising. And for us, Koi was the easy choice, I guess.
Nice.
I guess. Well, aside from what your team did, what do you think, Broken Blade? Because now this is your opportunity.
Because out of the 3 top laners, I think there's one that, if I were playing top lane, I would want to play against as opposed to the other 2.
I mean, then I would want to play against Heretics.
Yeah, that was my point, right?
But we can't choose them, right?
No, you can't pick Heretics. That's very true.
I mean, I do think, I do think Shigenda is a strong top laner, right? I think though our macro is very good compared to the rest of the team. I think the one who comes close is Fnatic, and I think they are still a bit further away than us. They lost to SK, right?
True.
Today. I think.
But you guys did lose to Mad Lions. I'm just,
that is true. We had some happy little accidents in that game. And I think, at least in Fnatic's recent games, they have not been looking very dominant, which is a good sign for us, right? As I think they are our rivals, really. So it will be exciting to play the later parts of the tournament. But first of all, we need to win against Koi, right?
I love the smirk that you have on your face, where you're just like,
welcome back.
welcome back. So,
Okay, we'll just rewind 5 minutes quickly. So, G2, you picked Koi, interesting. Fnatic, can you, Razork, do you mind telling us who you picked?
Yeah, we're choosing SK.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to pick XL, I'll be honest, but SK does make sense.
after losing to SK, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the team decided to choose SK because Mad Lions can be scary in best of 3s.
Right.
I wasn't part of the conversation, as you could see. But yeah, we chose SK.
And how do you feel personally? Your team is not here. They can't influence your thoughts right now, Razork. So what do you think about playing against SK?
I mean, I think between Mad or SK, it's probably better SK, in my opinion.
Okay, that's fair.
Can you give us any reasoning for that?
I mean, I think both teams are good. You have to win against 2 of them anyway. True. So I think it's like a good decision.
Okay, fair enough.
And in terms of jungle matchups, are there things
we
that
play-
Marcoon does that Elyoya doesn't, or Elyoya does?
Nautilus, Maokai, and also, I mean, I'm not sure. Actually, I like to play against Elyoya more because of the rivalry, it's Spanish and stuff. But I think Marcoon is pretty good too.
He's been playing pretty well at the moment. Guldborg, I was wondering if you had any questions you wanted to ask?
I did some time ago, but they kind of got answered at this point. Vedi was really good at asking the questions. I was kind of like, all right, cool.
I'm trying to. You two have been fantastic.
Yeah,
Honestly, this
superb.
has been one of my favorite PGLs ever.
It's probably the only one I'm ever going to get to do. I'll be honest.
Okay, so we moved from best of ones to best of threes, right?
And we change patches.
And we
thankfully.
do change patches. So these are the two biggest differences. When you think about the best of three, Fnatic, you only got to play one split of best of threes, and then you had that very sad loss to the Mad Lions with the base, the single hits, right? Obviously, you're a very different team now, right? When you think about these best of threes in this group specifically, is there anyone that you are actually scared of, or do you think that you're a clear favorite coming into this group?
I wouldn't say clear favorites, but I'm pretty sure we can beat anyone best of threes, for sure.
So I have had the opinion that right now I think you are the best performing jungler based on the regular season.
I'm not sure after this game, but
I mean, okay.
We'll exclude this game.
We can exclude this game, but up until this game, my opinion was that you were the best performing jungler. Can you talk to us a little bit about what you think the biggest difference has been for you this split that has allowed you to perform this well?
Well, I think the main reasons are that I'm pretty comfortable in the team. I make my own choice and I like create the leads that I want to create in the team. I just feel free to do my things, and I mean everything's working out kind of. And also with like the ball lane that we have, I feel like I just need to not do much, maybe give them 1 or 2 kills and then they can take over the game.
Fair.
Definitely working for Fnatic at the moment. G2, obviously, things continue in winning ways after coming back from MSI. Is there anything that you specifically, or you as a team, are looking at as areas for improvement over the next couple of weeks before we get into the group stage?
Sorry.
That's all right.
I think the things we wanted to improve was being more consistent, and I think this regular season was a very, very good step for us. I think we showed very, very good, consistent games, and we didn't really have like shaky games, not many at least. And I think, sorry.
We can give you some water.
Yeah, do you want some water?
Like.
No, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
The Mad Lions game was like the one game where it was really, really chaotic in comms and stuff like that, and we instantly learned from that. I think coming into best of threes, it's obviously always a new challenge or new adventures we take on as a team, but I think we are over the last year and this year we learned so much because we're in so many international tournaments and we played against so many great teams, and I think that is our advantage we have compared to like Fnatic, for example, who didn't go to international tournaments, and I guess Mad Lions went, but didn't seem like they learned a lot from that. But I'm very excited for the best of threes because I think the more games you play, the more it showcases how good the team is compared to the other. And I think for us, it's obviously very, very nice. And I think it's going to be very exciting.
Okay. I'm excited to watch both of you play. It's nice to see the G2 Fnatic rivalry potentially returning to form. I think many fans are expecting you both to be in the best of fives, but of course, best of threes, a lot can change. Yeah.
I mean, also with championship points, it's quite possible if you do meet in the finals, depending on how the scenarios go, G2 winning the finals could knock Fnatic out of the season finals. That would be, I mean, it's obviously...
Wait, really?
Yeah, well, because they can get second place and still not make it to season finals, depending on the rest of the results,
so like,
right?
because there was in spring, you guys, well, you cooked a little too much, and then you had to fight through the lower bracket in the best of threes, right? Or you played against Koi, and then you had the lower bracket run where you faced Mad in the first round, right?
I don't remember.
That's fine.
Yeah, you lost to Mad, and then Mad went and won the finals, and it was that was meant to be the true finals.
My point is that, like, yeah, from the perspective of many fans, when you think about that going to the 4-5 games, that was very crazy. If things kind of cook and get crazy in this best of three, there's a world where, like, potentially you and Fnatic could meet very early in the best of fives, depending on what happens. And Fnatic need top three.
Yeah.
Like, the pressure is very much on you guys, along with XL and Heretics, because all three of you were at the bottom. Your placements help you, but now if you don't get at least, I think for Heretics, you need top 4.
Let's not go into super specifics, but yeah, I think it's Heretics
lot
need
of
top 4, Fnatic need top 3, and even if you get top 3, there's possibilities that you don't make it. Obviously, championship points will explain it a lot. At the moment, the aim is to win, I assume, for both of you, and try and get through at least to the playoffs. As you can see behind us and on the screen a moment ago, Group B starts play on Saturday, the 15th of July. Group A will be the next day with G2 versus Koi as our match of the week. Sadly, not Fnatic versus XL, which would have been a banger match to start off the entire week. We do have a break week after this week. So next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we will not be here, but the week after that, we will. And then the winners in each group will face off on the Monday. Is there anything? It's been a long day, right? I understand it's been a long day for all of us. Anything you guys want to round out the day with? Anything, Razork, that you'd like to say, maybe to your fans or about groups or about anything? Could be about what you have for breakfast if you want.
Actually, no, not really. I don't know. I
Cool.
don't know what to say.
He's a man
I'm
of
just
few
tired.
words.
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit tired. We can appreciate the sentiment. Do you get a little bit of a break, or are you straight into scrims and such again?
I think we'll have like 1 or 2 days break and then back to scrims, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Broken Blade, anything from you? Anything you want to say? Anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to my teammates, my staff, my brilliant manager who's standing right there on the sideline looking at us. Very proud of my team and the progress we've made. I feel like we've matured a lot as players and as human beings, which is always very nice to see. Not only, becoming good players, good team together, but also really enjoying every moment and embracing it through an everyday basis. I just really enjoy waking up in the morning, scrimming with the team, and coming here every Saturday, Sunday, Monday to play the games. It makes you feel alive, right, Razork?
Yeah.
Wise words, BB.
Inspirational.
Wise words.
Yeah, thank you.
Mikkel, anything you'd like to say?
Guldborg. The man I've really wanted to hear from.
I feel so alive right now, especially after that speech. And today really hasn't been long at all whatsoever. So I think we should just play more games,
Yeah,
really.
Let's do it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, both of you.
Thank you.
Good luck in your break week, and obviously good luck in the group stage as well. This has been the LEC regular season, and it has been a joy to share it with you all. We'll be back on the 15th of July. See you then.
Medi ssigning off.
I'm meant to do a selfie, but I
supposed to take a
really can't be
selfie.
No, I'm
bothered.
not taking a selfie.
No
You're
selfies.
This is the Medi PGL. No selfies here. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Come in, unstoppable, knock back behind the tower. Abadage still standing for now, getting a bit of damage back, still doing all right. He gets first blood! He kills the cat! Plates for kills now as Photon keeps going! Locked up, stunned under tower, the needles!
Anti-peek now.
I feel it's first in.
I think we win.
Go Ari.
Ari, no,
I don't flash, I nothing.
For now, the choice appears to be fight the team! And it goes, oh no! Objective, and you have Maokai to put those down. Hey, look at that, he dashes away, flash, and one-shot the cannon! Who could have seen it coming?
I'm looking Diego. Diego doy.
Okay, maybe this guy. Nice one.
On the bottom side of the map. Alti now coming in, Finn unstoppable, he just brings the Nico all back with him.
Look at me, guys. Look at me. I wanna go. Okay.
Larson looking to secure groups as a melee minute. Doing one and all from Larson on the flank.
I'm going one back. Bye. Look bye.
Bye.
Oh, nice.
What?
Strolling.
Pillar 5.
Coming.
Let's go.
Nice.
Followed up by more point click CC. Chasey slowed down. Flash in. First blood. Nuke still standing. El Yo-Yo going and he can't get anything done.
Flash over the wall from Yank. Here comes Yankos and FLICKR. First blood is available and secured. Ooh, flashes towards the tower. Connects. Level 6 is available for VTO. Jumping onto Yank. Ebby needs to get that cute on cooldown. Heals for now. Flashes away and Broken Blade wins it. He manages to pick up that kill. Managing to secure that one. Super Mega Death Broken gets one back. Wait, Execute died? Humanoid from long range. He sniped him with the ultimate from Zera.
Yeah. No flash.
No flash, guys. Look. Out. Nice one, guys.
SK are grouped up, 4 members strong on the top. Surges coming from down south. Yumi ult is flying across multiple members, but it's the first kill secured to Resort. Baron's down to 1800. Available, a double kill for a